Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another installment of Brickwall Reviews. I'm Dave, and I'm back. I'm back. What's going on, y'all? Hope y'all having a great week and everything. Happy day before the 4th of July. All right, that's it. That's all I'm doing. So, anyway, tonight I'm gonna be talking the uh one of the more recent series to come and air on Amazon Prime Video called I'm a Virgo. This is a very interesting series. And I'll check, obviously I checked it out, and I got a few things to say about it that I thought were pretty interesting about it. Before I get into it, I want to remind you guys, go ahead and hit that like button down below, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Make sure you check out all of our other previous content all over the place. Make sure you check out the podcast /Brickwall over on Twitch. Follow us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You know what I'm saying? You already know what it is. So anyway, without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and hop right into this review. So this series, I'm a Virgo, it follows a young man named Cootie, who is a 13-foot tall, 19-year-old black man raised by his aunt LaFrancine and his uncle Martise in Oakland, California. He's shielded from the outside world until being accidentally discovered by a group of teenage political activists. And let me tell you, this show is good. Like, this show is good. I really like this show. It's 7 episodes long. I honestly wish we'd have got more, but like with the way it ended, I hope we get a season 2, and I can't wait for a potential season 2. This was created. Don't want to say written. I don't know if I want to say written, but this was created and directed by Boots Riley, who, if you don't know the name, if you've ever saw a small movie called Sorry to Bother You with Lakeith Stanfield and Amari Hardwick, I believe was in there, which is an insane movie in and of itself, which I might cover that one day, but Sorry to Bother You is one of the craziest movies I've ever seen. Very absurd film, but it's good. So this is his pretty much his second thing that he's done, Mr. Boots Riley, if I'm not mistaken, filmography wise at least. Yeah, this is his second thing. Sorry to Bother You came out in 2018, and I'm a Virgo came out this year. And yes, he is the writer and director. So in this series, it stars Jarrell Jerome, Mike Epps, Carmen Ejogo, Brett Gray, Kara Young, Walton Goggins, and it also has an appearance by Elijah Wood, which is like a really random appearance in there, and it's like a couple other people that like make like random appearances that I can't remember off the top of my head, but I do remember seeing Elijah Wood in there because I was like, oh crap, Elijah Wood is in this, like what's he about to do? Like, but he had like literally like one scene and that was it. But spoilers, I guess. But yeah, now the cast for this show, as I've already said, it's pretty stacked. I do enjoy it. So really outside the synopsis though, like I said, Cootie, he's like, the show starts off with him, not like him being born, but like with him as a baby. And even as a baby, he a big ass baby, like big as hell. They don't go into no explanation about who his mom is. And they do talk about his mom in the show like a little bit, but they don't like go into no details about that. Like there's no details about that at all in this first season. Like you don't know. Like he says, oh, did you and my mom? Oh, what about my mom? And oh, why were you lying? And why are you protecting? Blah 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 blah. And like they get into like I said, no details about that. But the cool thing about this, and the cool thing I realized about Boots Riley, just with this being his second product, or second production rather, is that he has this really crazy knack for like insane visuals, right? Like, and Sorry to Bother You, there's a lot of interesting scene changer. It's like really surrealist in a way, if I'm using that word the right way. And this show does not stray from that. There's a one character in this show. Let me get this character's name because she does something. She's one of the teenage activists that Cootie meets, and Kara Young, who plays Jones. So Jones, she does like this thing like where she'll like, okay, so there's one part she was talking about like capitalism, right? And she was just like, oh yeah, this is what capitalism is, this is this and that. And while she's saying it, like this like background kind of comes up and like you see like this visual representation. And like she does it twice in the show. But the first time she does it, you're just thinking like, oh, okay, that's just a cool little visual representation to add to the scene and add to the moment to keep us interested. So it's not just a character up there talking. But then Cootie is like, wait, did y'all see that? Because I saw that. Did y'all see that? And I'm just like, what is that? Like, that's interesting, right? Like, okay, maybe I was just like some type of weird meta thing that they were doing, right? But then it actually turns out that, and spoilers, and probably about the only spoiler I give you. It actually turns out that I won't spoil it, but that's actually something a lot deeper than what we see. And I was like, oh wow, like that's actually a thing. So it was like actually a thing, and they dive into it. And she's not like the only person who has a special ability. There's another character in there. She moves like mad. She's like super speed, and they do go into her backstory, and I actually love her backstory. Like it's so good. I want to say that's the Flora, Olivia Washington, who plays Flora. And Flora, man, let me tell you, that's like a really interesting character. And I like what they do with her. I like how they go through her origin. She's pretty much like if the Flash could literally never slow down. Like if any speedster could literally never slow down and everything around them is moving slow as shit and they're just moving fast as hell and they can't control it ever. That's what she is. And it's really dope. Like I said, it's really cool to go into her story. You got Brett Gray, who plays Felix, and Brett Gray, he was in the show On My Block, which I fucked with that show. I love that show On My Block. He was the one black cat. I always say he looks like Kid Cudi. So by that, y'all should know who I'm talking about if y'all watch On My Block and y'all Cudi fans. But yeah, he's in this, and I love his portrayal in this, his acting in this. I do love it. I like it. It's very different from what he was On My Block. Which is good because sometimes you get typecast, but I like him. I hope he's in more stuff in the future too. I really do like him as an actor. Then you got the one character Scat played by Elias Barnes. That's not my cousin, but it might be my cousin though. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, and that character is cool, and it's a very inciting incident that it's a big very inciting incident. That doesn't make sense. There's a big incident surrounding that character that pretty much sets the wheels in motion for a lot of different things that take place throughout the remainder of the series. And it's like, wow, well, the remainder of the season rather, and it's like, wow, like that was something. And it's like I mentioned earlier they talked about capitalism and everything. And call me an idiot, call me slow, call me uneducated, whatever you want to call me. I mean, I know I'm none of those things, but you can call me that if you want to. But this show here is the first time I really got a clear understanding of what capitalism is. Like I got a really clear understanding of what that is and how it affects our economy and how it affects us as people. And I gotta say, I enjoyed that entire series. I enjoyed that, and I enjoyed just especially during the time where okay, quick deep dive into my personal life. You guys probably noticed this thing around me, right? Okay, so I was I had me a little accident, hurt myself, and just having to go through the motions of the healthcare system myself, and just drawing a parallel between myself and the show, because when that particular thing happens with Scat, he's trying to get some medical attention, and it's just that whole thing of, oh well, your insurance is here, so you have to go to this place to get it, and this place is like so far over, and it's just like the downfalls and how capitalism affects things that are supposed to be beneficial for us as the people who live in this country, as the Americans, as the tax-paying individuals who live in this country, who we're told that we're the backbone of society, and we get treated like shit because of rich people who want their money and because of the system that just wants to keep making money. And I promise you, again, like I said, I'm someone who didn't know like definitions of capitalism and everything outside of high school. So just getting that definition and seeing how they related to a real situation, and then just myself being in a situation where I'm able to see that as well. It's like, wow, this is really kind of messed up. So again, like, you get your political content in here, but it's not like, it's not boring. I guess if I could say that, it's done very entertaining and very stylistically, and yeah. So, and speaking of stylistic and entertainment, getting on the Cootie real quick, I love how they like it. They really made him seem like he was like a real tall ass dude. Like, yeah, obviously, like, we know, like, there's no people that tall. To our knowledge, I haven't seen a person that tall before, like living in that tall before. But like the way they like incorporate it, I'm watching. I'm like, dang, like how could they have shot this to make this look like he's really just taller than everything? Like it's very seamless, is what I'm saying. Like the special effects are very seamless. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't do like any gimmicks where they hide something's like, to me, they show it all out. Like, yeah, he's tall as shit, and this is how he interacts with the world. So it's really cool. What else? Yeah, I mean, this show is and it's got a couple of good mysteries, especially the ending. Man, that last shot of the final episode of the season, man, I'm like, wow, I got more questions than I came in here with. So I'm excited to see where this goes. I hope it gets a second season. This is rated TV MA. However, I did watch a few episodes with my daughter, and they were fine. Outside of language, I mean, it's really nothing heavy. It's a very endearing story until you get to, I want to say it was maybe episode 4, either 4. No, it had to be 4 because there's only 7 episodes. It had to be 4. Maybe it was 5. It was either 4 or 5, right? So in those episodes, you might not want to watch like maybe like the first, and one of those episodes. You may not want to watch one of like maybe like the first like 15 minutes around a kid, maybe, because there is some sexual things going on there. Nothing like no full frontal nudity or anything, but they humping, they having sex. Unmistakably, they're having sex, and it's like, oh, this is a little okay, and it's not like a quick little scene. Like, no, it's because Flora is the girl, the speedy girl I was telling you about, the quick girl, and she's pretty much Cootie's love interest. Obviously, there's a height difference, but she really gets to liking him and everything. So they go on a date. Then they go and they get themselves into doing doing the little late night tango. And like I said, they don't show any boobies, any butt, any penis or anything like that. They don't show none of that, but it's a sex scene. And it's quite prolonged, and some acts are performed and some moans and groans are had. So again, that would be my only discretion warning, outside of, if you're not a fan of the language and everything like that. But in terms of like, if you draw the line at sexual content, then I think it's either episode 4 or episode 5. You might want to not watch the first 15 to 20 minutes of the episode around the kids. You might want to just watch that part for yourself, and then when it's safe, you let them jump back in. And that's honestly, like, once they're done with the sex stuff, they're done with the sex stuff. Like, it's in and it's out. So in and out. No pun intended. But anyway, Walton Goggins is in this show. And for those of y'all who know, I fucks with Walton Goggins. He's one of the funniest guys. He's in a lot of the Danny McBride shows, like Eastbound and Down, Vice Principals, The Righteous Gemstones. If you haven't seen any of those, he had a role in Ant-Man and the Wasp. I think he's a fantastic actor. I love when he's on screen. I love when he's in something. And I did enjoy his presence in this show. He plays like a superhero. He's a comic book artist that turned into a superhero. And his episode was funny as hell because like he had this part where he was like fighting like this assassin that was in there to kill him. And like the way that he did it, it's just so goofy. Like the fight is just so goofy. I couldn't do nothing but laugh. So that's and this show does have a lot of good laughs in it. It is a very interesting. It's obviously a fish out of water story to an extent because again, Cootie's never been around other people. He's always just been kind of like sheltered and held in because he's a big ass dude. Like I think he's like what, like 14 feet tall. I think I said he was like he's tall as all hell. So and apparently, okay, so here's the 13 feet tall. But here's the cool part about this world though. It's kind of like futurist. It is kind of like in the future, kind of you could say it's futuristic, but it's very, very heavily fantasy based. So there's a lot of fantasy in there. So because like apparently there's lore where there's always been giants around, and every time a giant has been exposed or discovered, they've been killed, executed, displayed, etc., etc. And that's part of the reason why they're keeping Cootie safe. And then there's like a whole plot of Cootie being the chosen one, so to speak. So I mean, there's and even with all the mysticism of people having the powers and special abilities and stuff like that, this show is very out there in terms of like, it's not like a simple cutthroat by the book story. And that's what I enjoy about Boots Riley thus far, is that even with Sorry to Bother You, that was not an average story. Like there were twists and turns, and by the end of that movie, you're like, what the fuck? So that's that. But watch that movie if you get the time, you can find it. But outside of that though, this is a very, very good show. It's not too complicated. It doesn't try to do too much. It doesn't try to, it doesn't try to pretend to be something that is not. It doesn't get too preachy. It doesn't rely too much on one particular gimmick. It's just it's a fun show to watch, and I did enjoy it. In 7 episodes, I wish it were more, but again, I cannot say this enough. I hope that we do get a season 2 and we get one soon. Currently, it's sitting at 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, 7.3 on IMDb. I fucks with both of those scores. I'm giving it a 5. I'm giving it a 5 because I honestly, no, you know what? Yeah, no, I'm giving it a 5. And if I wanted to be nitpicky, I give it a 4.9. But I'm giving it a 5. I'm comfortable at it. Because it was good. It was really good. It's enjoyable. Each episode is about 30 minutes long, so you're really not wasting that much time watching it. It won't take long. It's not like you're watching like hour-long episodes and everything. Like, no, it's 30 minutes each episode, and it's really fun. It's really fun to watch. It's a good show, and yeah, that's it. So I am a Virgo is the name of the show. I'm a Gemini. Me personally, I'm a Gemini, but the show is called I'm a Virgo, and you should definitely check it out on Amazon Prime. If you have Amazon Prime Video, make sure you check it out. You know what I'm saying? And let me know when you check it out, or if you've already seen it, let me know in the comments down below. What do you think? Do you think it was great? Am I overhyping it? Or are you excited about it? Are you in anticipation for a second season? Couldn't talk right there. That's crazy. Let me know down in the comment section below. But until then, guys, that's all I got for you. Thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you hit that like button down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Follow us on all forms of social media: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. And until next time, y'all, be easy, stay breezy. Peace out.